the first thing they decided to put me on was Xanax. I'm not sure my exact age, but I was a young teenager, and they put me on Xanax. I don't understand why, and at the time, I was clueless. At the time, I didn't even think to do much research or anything like that. I just went along with whatever the doctors had told me. I could not, still can't, full disclosure, I can't swallow a pill. It's all part of the anxiety. I just can't swallow a pill. And they knew that, and I'm really so sure that we confirmed with, I don't know if it had to be the doctor or the pharmacist. Either way, confirming, okay, can this Xanax be crushed because I cannot take a pill? And the answer was yes. So my anxiety started to get so bad, I'm like, all right, you know what, I'm just gonna take it, because at the time I couldn't even go to a store, I could barely go in a car, it was a mess. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna crush this Xanax, I'm gonna take it, and I'm gonna go to the store. Well, what do you think happened? In this day and age now, we know, but back then I was clueless. This was probably a decade ago, I would say, because I was diagnosed over a decade ago. It was probably a decade ago. So like maybe around 10 years ago, I crushed a Xanax without knowing what was going to happen because they told me I could. And I trusted the professionals. And I shouldn't have, because then I went to the store and I walked into shelves. I walked into old people. Sorry, not old people. They were probably young. But point is, I seriously ended up accidentally getting high off of Xanax because I had no idea I couldn't crush it. It was a whole disaster. Still after that, I was a little bit scarred for life there, but I still did try a couple other medications too. And I know that you do need to stay on them for, I know they say it can take a few weeks, a month, for them to actually start to work, which I did. I followed all instructions they asked me to. I went along with all of it, took the medications, and I always ended up getting some kind of side effects that it was just even worse than before being on the medication. So on one medication, the suicide thoughts had increased, which I didn't think they even could at that point, but they did. So I've had increased suicidal thoughts, I've had the weight gain, I've had everything, just negative experiences around the medication. Everyone deals with it differently. One answer is not for everyone. Again though, I'm not discouraging it at all. Seriously, I'm not, because I know a lot of people that medication does help. Believe me, there are a lot that it does help and they need it. And it improves their quality of life on just about every level there is. That anything I talk about is strictly my experience, what I've been through, what I've tried, what has worked, what hasn't worked, and it in no way discourages any of it. Please do what works for you. I'm just going to talk about the effects that it's had on me personally.